I'm Frank.
And I'm Grant, and our idea for Field and Flame stemmed from our love for the outdoors and cooking. Based in northern Minnesota, we have such incredible resources available to us. From duck to deer and salmon to walleye, we truly have it all. Field and Flame is a show about our adventures in the field and cooking what we capture over the flame. Follow along each week as we explore something new and bring taste and flavor to every meal. Season 1 of Field and Flame TV is brought to you by Canine Health Forward, because every dog deserves this. So the backstory to this adventure is I had 2 days allocated to fish with our buddy Pete over in Ontario on the exact opposite side of Lake Superior. So a long drive. We were hoping to get the big Lund out on the open waters of Lake Superior. She's just a little bit too rough out there. So we left the big Lund at home, and we're going to jump in Pete's smaller Lund boat and go chase some backwoods brook trout. He says they get big. We're always up for an adventure. Some days they don't bite, some days they don't. We don't know what to expect, but we're hitting the highway and we'll see how this goes. I always say my theory is the less you trust a hotel in the cleanliness of the hotel room, the better fishing you're gonna have.
Not a 400 horse, it's a 6.
So cast the shoreline, one of us, and you're gonna troll. What are you gonna troll? Or big spinners, hey?
Big spinner and a worm.
Here we go. There we go. The fish can't hide too many places in a lake this small. This has been a while since I've fished in a boat like this. I love it. I love it. Oh, there we go. That's a fish. Yes, yes. I don't think that's what we need, buddy.
Big one, but it's a fish.
He whacked that good. How's it feel?
It's just a small one.
Small one?
Well,
what's your definition of small, though? That's what could be interesting.
15-incher.
In Minnesota, we call that big. It's a hard fighting 15-incher.
Oh, it's a little bit bigger than 15. A little underestimated.
Holy cow, that's a huge fish. Look at this fish, Pete. Are you kidding me? Dude, stop. Stop. He says 15-incher, and that's like a legit 3 or 4 or 5 pound brook trout. Are you kidding me? 15-incher.
Nice.
Come on, dude. Come on, no way.
It wasn't pulling. Pulling real hard.
Look how big that fish is. So funny. Just a 15-incher. Out comes the biggest brook trout I've ever seen in my life.
Normally they just rep.
Yeah, they fight hard.
Screaming. So.
That one played a little.
Yeah, it was a little lazy.
Yeah. Usually, you get that classic whack from a brook trout every now and then, right? You don't hook up, but you know that they're up shallow. But I haven't felt a thing up tight.
No hits casting yet.
No hits casting. We're gonna re-rig. We're kind of re-strategize a little bit here. So this is what we're trolling at. That's kind of the attractor, kind of like a flasher is if you're trolling a flasher and fly for salmon, right? That's kind of your attractor, and then we go down to a plain hook and a night crawler.
Little guy.
Little guy?
Legit.
Yeah, you said that last night too.
I think it's legit little guy. Oh, it's a little guy.
Well, a little, just a 2-pounder.
Oh,
That's cool.
just a little
He
fella.
is a little guy. It would still be a big guy from Minnesota. Spunky fish.
Yeah,
Spunky fish. Look at that.
chunky little fella.
Easy, buddy. Holy cow.
We're gonna let you go. We're gonna let you go.
He's got energy, man. Even this one's just so thick, hey? Like
Yep.
a smaller size even. Nice fish. Very nice fish.
There he goes.
There he goes. Well, that's number 2. Number 2. I like it. Fish, fish, fish. Good one, Pete.
Yeah, it feels like a decent one. Hard to tell with the wind and the
As long as you say it's a 15-incher, we know it's a good one.
all the jewelry I have on, but it feels decent.
I saw it take a couple runs there.
It was pulling harder.
That's a good head shake. So you can tell there's
Yeah.
some.
It's a
See it
decent
there.
one.
It is a
Yeah.
decent fish, yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's got some nice colors.
Nice colored up one, buddy. Holy cow! Dude, this is incredible. Look at that fish. Oh my gosh, Pete.
Nice color.
Holy cow, buddy. Oh my gosh. Dude, come on. That's not right. You see this fish? Are you kidding me? Holy
Here it comes.
cow, that's a big fish. Dude!
It's a nice one. Beauty.
What did you just catch?
And he's all colored up to boot.
That's insanity. Like pure insanity. Like that's your second brook trout today over like 5 pounds. Buddy. Buddy. Yeah, this thing's like ready to go. What a fish.
Feisty.
That's insane.
It's incredible how thick they are
It's
across
just-
the back and stuff.
You can't even describe it. Look at that fish. Another 5-pound brookie. Let's get her in the boat and take a look at this thing. Wow. What causes these fish to like get like that? Is it genetics? Is it forage? Like, I mean, that's not normal. Like it's
Yeah.
quite abnormal.
Yeah. Not all the lakes, they don't all get that big. These little guys right here is what that one just puked up a bunch of them freshwater shrimp.
So that's a freshwater shrimp right there.
Yeah.
And so that's why they get so big in here?
Yeah, exactly. There's an abundance of them and they're rich, and that's what puts the pounds on them.
And it makes their meat nice and orange too, eh?
Yeah, the meat turns nice and red, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
this,
it's a big difference.
like this lake has a lot of bait fish in it too, right? A lot of minnows and stuff, and
Yeah.
like you can see them along the shorelines. There's tons of like chub minnows they look like, but there's also these freshwater shrimp that really contribute to the immense growth of these
girth, yeah. Yeah, they grow.
fish in this lake. There's a fish piece.
Good stuff, good stuff. Get my line in.
Just throttled it. Just whack.
Cranked it hard.
Yeah, I almost took the rod out of my hand. Don't know how big it is. It's hard to get a feel for how big they are.
Spinner.
But it was a violent brook trout hit. That fish is staying deep.
He's pulling.
Yeah, he's heavy. We're gonna get a look at him here.
Oh, nice speck.
Look at that fish. Oh boy. Look at that fish, Pete.
Nice colors again.
Dude! Look at how beautiful that one is. That thing is so pretty. Yes!
Nice one.
Yes, yes, yes. That is such a pretty fish. It's all colored up, hey?
Yeah.
Wow, what a special fish, man.
Beautiful.
That is so, wow. Looks like a big hen.
Yeah. Chunky.
Incredible. Chunky is right, hey?
Well,
Look at that trout. That there is a gorgeous, gorgeous brook trout. Huge. Just massive, right? This one doesn't have the length that yours has. This is maybe go, what, 21?
yeah, I would say we can.
I mean, another nice fish. We don't need to measure. We can get her back quick so she They are fragile fish. You want to pay them with respect, get them, you know, in the boat, out of the boat quick. What a fish. Brook trout of this size are incredibly special and rare. Although these fish were handled with care, one of them did not survive the fight. It happens with all species from time to time, whether it's from a hook in the gills, stress, or a variety of other reasons. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it, and that's okay because brook trout make for delicious table fare. Some of the best, in fact, and we happen to know someone who can cook them up. I got our fish.
What'd you get?
You ready?
I am.
I don't know what you're going to think about these.
I've seen brook trout, but
Check
not like
out that.
Jeez. You sure that's a brook trout?
Check out
Man,
that. Check out that.
that's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
The biggest one I've caught's about as wide as these are.
Seriously, like,
Yeah, that's, wow.
that's a fillet, hey?
Holy.
And look at the color and just
Yeah.
how nice it is.
Nice
A very
and firm and-
unconventional brook trout. You know, I mean, typically, you know, brook trout, you know, 12, 13, 14 inches, and you can cook them whole over a
Yeah.
fire. You're not doing that with this,
No,
right?
no.
So
What do these things weigh?
that fish is like 6 pounds.
Wow. That's
A
awesome.
6 pound brook trout, and you know, ideally you don't want to keep the biggest fish that you catch, right? But brook trout, again, most trout live to be like a lake trout, for example, 20, 30, 40 years old. Brook trout die after 5 to 6 years.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that was kind of our theory, you know, with this fish in specific. It was so big, and so we think it's just right at the end of its life.
Yep.
And just the stress of catching it. Like, we were very easy on this fish. Unfortunately, this one died. A couple other big ones did release, but this one died on us. And we were like, it wasn't hooked in the gills.
Yeah.
It, you know, there was no stress on that fish, but I think it just, you know, it just fought, you know, when we were catching it, and it just died, right? It was at the end of its life.
Yep.
It was very, very old in terms of, you know, relative for a brook trout,
Yep.
5 years. But yeah, so I guess we're gonna eat it. So I mean, it's good, gorgeous pea
Yeah,
meat.
no, that's awesome. We might as well take advantage of this situation and
Heck yeah! So I'm gonna leave it
Cook
up
'em
to you
up.
on how you want to cook it, what you think is
Yeah.
best. But yeah, I mean, it looks like you know, the size of a big lake trout fillet, but
Yeah.
it's brook trout. It is nice and orange and about as pure as you can get.
yeah, we're gonna build a fire here and probably smoke. Hopefully it'll keep these mosquitoes away.
These
and we're
mosquitoes
gonna-
are next level.
Yeah,
You got
and
like 3 on
yeah,
your face.
and
right?
we got a basket, and we're gonna cook these right over some hot coals and some vegetables, and they're gonna be good.
Beautiful. All right, so let's get this fire going. Hopefully get some smoke in the air because these mosquitoes are awful. We got a lot. You got a bobber behind us. Maybe we'll catch a fish or two
Yeah,
while we're
who
doing
knows?
this.
Let's see what happens.
All right.
So we got our fire here started. We're gonna let this burn up some of this little slivers of wood we got going on here and get it fired up. We're gonna throw some bigger logs on here and a nice roaring fire, move some coals off to the side and get this fish going. All right, Grant's stoking the fire there, so I'm gonna slice these vegetables for our grill basket to cook over the fire. So I'm just gonna cut these in nice thick coins. Same with the leeks and the mushrooms, we're just gonna use the caps.
I'll tell you what, it's not easy getting a fire going with how wet everything is.
Yeah, it's amazing how much moisture we've had all year. It's the lack of snowfall, I'd say, and it made up for it in the spring.
All right, we're getting all our precipitation right now, but I think we got her going. So what's kind of the overview or the game plan? How are we gonna cook like these overly thick fillets, right?
Yep.
What's our plan, and then what are we making on the side?
So we're gonna get a nice bed of coals in our fish basket. And we're gonna cook the fillets. We got the skin on, so we'll start on that side, get them super crispy,
Yeah.
and cook them most of the way through there. Then we're gonna flip them. We're gonna season them today with our Blazing Glory, the fish. It's like an all-purpose grill seasoning, but it's gonna do super well over the fire.
Yep.
And then I have this eggplant here. We have some leeks and some shiitake mushrooms, which we're gonna season with our seasoned salt. We're gonna put these in the grill basket, same kind of thing, right over the coals. And it's gonna
Cool.
be just a super delicious meal out here.
I've never ate eggplant before.
Oh, they're good. They're super versatile. You can use it kind of any way, and
Really?
yeah, they're good. They'll get kind of soft over the fire, but a lot of people like frying them too. It works out well like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, it looks delicious.
And this is our seasoned salt we're gonna use on the vegetables today.
Fish delivery coming in hot. All right, here's these fillets. Now, I'm like pretty snobby about my fish and the quality of the meat, right? Again, it's my thoughts or my theory, like how that fish tastes, like over 50% of, you know, that quality comes from the time you catch it to when you cook it, right? That, I mean, people really underestimate that. People don't take care of their fish. They don't take care of their fillets. They're sitting in fish slime, and then they complain about it tastes fishy,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You can eliminate that by taking care of those fillets. And when I take care of them, I mean, you know, rinse the fillets off, put them in their own bags. And really what my biggest thing is to eliminate slime is, you know, 2 fillets per bag, put a piece of paper towel down, lay them skin side down on that paper towel. That paper towel is gonna absorb all that slime, and, you know, that way they just stay cold, they stay dry, right? My theory is too, they stay good in a bag like this in the fridge for up to 6 days. By the 7th day, they start to get a little iffy, right? 6 days in the fridge, eat them or freeze them within 6 days. Keep, you know, rinse those fillets off, pat them dry with the paper towel, put them in new bags with the paper towel underneath, skin side down, and you're gonna have good quality meat like we really have here. Like it's pretty unmatched, right? Like it's so pure, and you really gotta, you know, especially with a fish like that, you gotta respect that meat, right? I mean, just look how clean and pure,
amazing.
dude. It doesn't get any better.
Yeah, and you think about it being a brook trout, and it just makes it that much better.
Right? It literally doesn't get better. I mean, it's just so incredible. And we can see, you know, this bag, there's no slime, right?
Yep.
That fish, the meat wasn't sitting in slime. It wasn't getting just, you know, it absorbs that into the meat, and that's really what impacts that flavor, that quality. So this is really how I like to keep the meat.
Yeah, and you can see how dry it is. It's
right?
amazing.
Seriously.
Yep.
I mean,
Lay it right on there, skin
it's so
side down.
pure. I
and
mean, you can see, I mean, just got the skin on there. I mean, just look at that.
just like
That's
that.
a perfect fit.
Yeah,
It's like these were made for
yeah,
it.
couldn't be much better.
These were made for
Yeah,
it.
those are awesome.
Oh, it doesn't get
Yeah, even the skin. I mean, you save
Right.
you save a lot of it. You can still see what it is.
right. You can
and
still
all
see
the
those
yeah,
pink dots,
That's amazing.
the pink blue of a
Yeah.
brook trout, right?
There's no hiding what it really is.
No.
Some people might be like, "That's the biggest brook trout I've ever seen." I don't know, and then
People would say that's a splake, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no,
Easy to see.
that's a purebred brook trout there, man.
Awesome.
Lay those right in there, and wow, that couldn't fit any better.
No, yeah, that's perfect. So we're gonna season this fish up here with our Blazing Glory. This is, like I said, an all-around, all-purpose grill seasoning, open fire seasoning, anything you have a lot of direct heat to that's not like in a pan. You're not gonna wanna pan sear with this. There's a lot of paprika in here, a little bit of sugar, so that'll kind of burn in the pan. So this is like an open grill, open fire kind of seasoning. You just season pretty liberally. So we got black pepper in here, we got a little bit of sugar, we got some cayenne, we got onion powder. And it's just really great for everything fire-wise. And they say with seasoning, they say about 30% of your seasoning is gonna come off on the grill, in the pan, whatever it may be. So always go heavy. This stuff isn't super loaded with salt. It's loaded with high quality ingredients. So the more on there, just the more flavor you're gonna get.
That's one thing I've noticed is you put a lot more than I traditionally would, right? But
Yep.
but that totally makes sense. That a lot of it does shed off during the
sure.
cooking process.
Yeah, you want a good clean coating on there. We're not gonna do the fish side or the skin side, because we're gonna put that first, and we're gonna let the fish cook most from that side. So we aren't gonna wanna, you know, burn a lot of the seasoning on that side. We're just gonna let it get super crisp.
Yep.
Eat that after, but that's gonna cook about 3/4 of the way on the skin side, and that skin's gonna keep it a little protectant so it isn't burning the fish.
Right, and that's another factor about like our seasonings, right? This Blazing Glory in specific, you put a lot on there. You do that with other seasonings, it's so overwhelming with the amount of salt.
Yeah,
salt's
definitely.
not the first ingredient in this,
No,
right?
not in that one,
It's
no.
you know, so it's not. It just gets destroyed so fast when it's salty like that,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So you know, especially with our stuff, right? You can put a lot on there. You can get that flavor that you know that you're looking for, and it's not going to be too salty.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and as far as ingredients list goes, you know, it goes by weight. So salt is the heaviest ingredient we have in things.
Yep.
So even if there's a couple things that might be salt first, but we have 14 other herbs and spices in there
Right.
that just are full of flavor. Nothing's going to be over salty. It's all balanced super well. We worked hard on them, and you're just going to have great flavor throughout.
For sure, for sure. Our fire's nice. We're starting to get a bed of coals.
Yep, it's gonna work out perfect
amongst the humidity, and everything's just so damp.
Yep.
I think it's shaping up to be good. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm ready to eat.
Let's throw these on the fire.
All right. So now we're just gonna kind of rearrange this fire, get a nice hot bed of coals going, so we can get this fish and vegetables cooking. We're gonna raise it up a little bit. Might have to hold them, but it's all part of the open fire cooking. The fat's gonna drip off through this skin too, all that oil. It's gonna kind of get some flames going, and it'll kind of give that nice char we're looking for too with the open fire stuff. All right, we're gonna do a little flip here, kind of start letting this other side cook. This we're gonna watch super carefully. We're probably gonna go back and forth a little bit. We don't wanna burn that other side. All right, now that we got these flipped, we're just gonna keep an eye on them like I said. See that nice char? You can see this starting to flake. These are super close to getting done. We're just gonna keep them both on this colder side here, and we are gonna eat soon. All right,
Check
so
these fish.
yeah, let's see where we're at here. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yep. And for people who don't
Perfect.
really know, one telltale sign that your fish is done is that it starts to crack. Right? You can see the natural breaks in the fish. That means that it's fully cooked. It's no longer soft and mushy, right? It's firm, it's cooked, it starts to fall apart. And we definitely see that here. Those are looking good.
Yeah, they're perfect. I mean, this one's gonna be amazing. You can see the fat start hitting the surface, just starting to crack. When they crack like this, it's because all that fat is starting to render out. It's releasing, so you don't want to cook it much after that. And these are gonna be perfect, man. Nice little char. They're gonna be good.
That's a meal.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And our veggies, they're looking good?
Yep, no, they're good to go. So
cool.
Let's get these opened up and get them on a plate and let's eat.
We had the perfect kind of bed of coals there.
Yeah, no, it worked out perfect.
It took a little while getting the fire going amongst the dampness.
Yeah, it's been so wet, but we got it.
I think we had an ideal cook. I don't think we could have done it.
For sure.
It much better.
Didn't take much time, and it worked out perfect.
And it's kind of like a natural smoker, right?
Yep.
Like we're gonna have that smoke flavor instilled inside this fish.
Yep.
Which is,
You'll taste all. And I mean, there's nothing more healthy than this. Just a great clean fish, some vegetables over the fire.
Great clean spices too, seasonings.
Yep,
Yeah.
This is gonna be a great meal, man.
Let's take them off.
Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna do this. Try to do this without burning ourselves here. These just pop
What are these
up.
things called? That's slicker than.
I don't know. Fish cookers. That's what I use them for.
I've never seen those before.
Yeah.
You got all the cool cooking gadgets.
I got them all. Yeah.
Wow, I can smell that.
Yeah. No, it's
See the aroma of that blazing glory.
Yeah, and like I said, it's got a nice little char on here, which is perfect. It's cooked perfectly. I mean, this is gonna be great.
All right, we're going for it.
And dig right in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and you peel that skin off, and that's the best part.
That blazing glory has a little kick to it.
Just a little bit, yeah, but it's got that granulated sugar in it, which is a brown sugar with all the moisture taken out. So it's not wet, it mixes well in spices, and it blends well with everything.
That is so good.
Yep.
Look at our fish chip here.
Yep. Yeah, they're good, man. And
That
like I
is
said,
so
these
good.
are nice and non-stick. You can take the thing right out. And I mean, you might see that and you might think it's burnt, but it's just delicious. Right over the fire, nice and crispy.
Right. That's next level.
Yep.
Next level. Wow. I don't know. That's like, it doesn't get any more simple.
Yep.
One fish, one ingredient, right? One heat source, and you have a meal that would like blow the minds off most people, right?
And feed
how good that is.
couple campers or fishermen that are hungry. I mean, this is a decent meal here.
That is so good.
A lot of clean, nice, healthy, full of protein fish.
There's zero fishy taste to that fillet, right?
Oh yeah, exactly.
And that's what taking care of your meat does. It
Yep.
just enables that to have the best, natural flavor as possible.
Yep.
And we nailed it here.
Definitely.
You know, follow those simple steps. Keep that meat cold, dry. Keep it in the fridge for up to 6 days. Any longer than that, I'd freeze it. If you're going to eat it. So, but we were lucky enough to just have caught these, extremely recently, so we didn't have to freeze them. It's always better fresh. So.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. I'm glad you brought them for us. And let's get these veggies popped open too. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about the veggies.
can't forget about them.
Veggies are secondary when there's fresh
Yeah,
trout
right.
out. That's
No,
good.
it's Yep.
That's a first-class meal that you know, you can literally cook anywhere. At home,
Yeah.
at a rugged campsite like we're at here.
Share it with
Doesn't get any better.
mosquitoes.
Yeah, us and the mosquitoes and the perch behind us.
Yeah. No, it's been a good time.
Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.